It's time for door number 5. All right, let's see what we have in here. Closed box. Oh, it's thin. It is a die. Ooh, for the bow and the stars. All 3 stars. And the bow. All right, well, let me get out the bow and star stamp from yesterday, and let's see what we can make. All right, so here's our dies from today, and here's the stamp set from yesterday. So I think I'll be using the stars dies and the stamp and die and the Just For You today. I think that's what I'm going to use. I pulled out this paper pad, Ahoy, and I pulled out the paper, cut it in half, and then trimmed it to 5 inches. So on my 5x7 card, I can put a 3x5 on top and a 3x5 on the bottom. And I'm not sure if I'm going to leave that white or not. I then have a 4x6 that's going to go here. And so that makes this 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. That's going to go here. Now I want to make a present, I think, for the middle. And I'm not sure what size. So I took another piece of paper from the Ahoy pack. And I'm thinking I want to do this one, I think. And then I'll put the bow on top. And then the Just For You here on the bottom with some stars around it. I think that's what I want to do. But I wasn't sure, so I have 3 different sizes here to play with. All right, so let's get started by die cutting our bow. Actually, let me stamp it first. Bring in the stamping platform. These over here. This down here. I still have my sticky mat in there. Pick this up. Let me grab my black ink. I think I'm just going to need the one bow. All right, and while I have this out, let me stamp the Just For You down here. All right, that's good. And while I'm at it, I'm going to stamp the inside of the card. So this one, let's see, we're going to stamp this. I'll give you the measurements in a minute. All right, so the inside is done. I think that's all the stamping we have to do. I'm going to bring in my MIDI. Since we're just doing little die cuts today, I'm just going to use this. Tape this in place. Bring it a little closer to me so I can line it up. That should be good. Let me run this through. This time I'm not catching the outside of that. That is good. We'll cut that part later. Now let me grab the blue paper. And I am going to cut some of these stars. That should be enough stars. right, now let's trim this. All right, I'm just going to line up the letters at the top of my guard. And then I'm going to flip it around and line up the letters at the bottom of the guard. Now that should be straight. All right, so let's bring in the card base. All right, so these are going to get glued on here. And this is going to get glued to here. And then this will be on here. This will be here. So I was trying to decide the right size for this bow. That looked a little big. Oh, that's better. So this is the 1.5. Let's see. So this one is 2 by 1.5. 2 by 1.5 is what looks good for that bow. All right, so I'm also going to cut 2 little strips because I want to make wrapping for here. And I'm going to color that the same color I color the bow. So let's see, what color do I want to color the bow? All right, so I'm going to use 5-9. Let me scoot this out of the way. All right, I'm going to fix this here. Now that happened because normally when I color, when I'm not recording, I always keep the line to my right. And that's just because I'm left-handed. If you're right-handed and you keep your line here or on top, you can see it a lot better. And I didn't turn my paper, and that's what happens. I have to redo that. All right, so let's see what we have here, because I think some of this is not going to stay white. So we have this, we have this. Decided on the 1.5 one. This will be here. Something along these lines, I think, but definitely don't want this to be white. I think I'm going to grab Gina K Beach. So this color here is called Sandy Beach, and when it dries, it really does look like sand. Yeah, it's a good description of it. So let me make sure this brush is clean, because I may have used something darker on here. All right, now I'm going to color middle part of this card. That's probably enough, so let me glue these down. This is going to be flush with the bottom. This one will be flush with the top. All right, I'm going to give that a second to dry because this paper is coated. And let me bring in, okay, this one is the 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. couple swipes across the middle. There we go. So this is going to get glued on here. So let me go ahead and glue that on. That will go in the middle. Now for the present, oh, I do want some strips. So let me grab this. Now I think I just want, oh, maybe like 1/8 of an inch or something. All right, so this is 4 1/4. So I'm going to go down 4 1/8. I mean, it was 4 1/4. Yeah, going down to 4 1/8. I'm just going to cut a strip here. Probably all I'm going to need. Because all I want to do is go this way and this way. So this should be plenty. So I'm going to color this red. Use the white tip. And I just want this to match. There we go. All set. Now I'm just going to take some glue. Let me get my fine tip bottle. I'm going to go along here. I'll go down the middle of the square. Take my scissors and snip this off. I'll go in the other direction. That way, and snip it off. I'm going to angle my scissors toward the back so I get a nice cut. All right, and then the bow will go on top or the middle. Oh, nope, the middle. I'm going to put it in the middle. And maybe up on a piece of 1/16 foam. All right, so I'll put one piece here. Grab another little scrap over here. And we'll put this in the middle. Now we have our present. So we have our just for you. I think I'm going to edge this in black. Okay, there's that. All right, move that out of the way. All right, so let's bring in what we have. We have our card base, which should be dry. We have our panel. We have our present. We have the just for you. And we have our stars. So I think I want to put this on foam again. So this is 1/16. So because it's so thin, you can put more than one layer on something. Because 2 layers of this is equal to 1 layer of shaker card foam. Because usually what you use for a shaker card is 1/8. So this will be all right. So that will be fine. I think I want that at an angle. I think the Just For You should be on foam. Yep, so this will get glued down. So let me glue that down. I think we have enough thickness here now. And this is the 4x6. Go here in the middle. All right. This will be here. This will be here. Then our stars. Let's see, a big one there. All right, put this down. Let's see, straight or crooked? I think straight. There we go. This will be down here. Let me lift this up, make sure it's all straight, because that is not straight. There we go, that's better. All right, so now I want to put something on the inside. So I have these papers here. So I have this one, Wishing You a Day Wrapped in Happiness. And this one is 3 3/4 by 3. So that makes this 4 by 3 1/4. And this is going to go on here. Then I have this one, which is 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. And this is the same print that I used to make the present. And this I'm going to slide in here. Like this. Just to make it a little bit more interesting on the inside. And I think I will edge this in black. Since the front was edged in black. There we go. All right, so this will be here in the center. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down so this doesn't move around on me. All right, and this will slide in like this, and this will be on top. Like this. So let me glue this down. Because when this is on here, I want this and this to match. So I want to do this while this is still a little wet. that's straight now. Then this will go here in the middle. There you go. Inside all finished. All right, so just for you. Wishing you a day wrapped in happiness. So there it is. Day 5. And if you liked it, see you tomorrow. And until then, stay crafty.